Fine, listen. Now, okay, fine. Now, you can see that I placed this pen here. So, tell me, the pen is dash hand. What preposition will you use here? On. Okay. So everybody says on. Okay. So you feel that pen is on the hand. Fine. Why can't it be over? I am saying that the pen is over my hand. It's over the hand, right? Over the hand. Why do you say it is on? See, it is making a physical contact. That's why we use on. Okay, that's why we use on. Now, when you say over, say for instance, my fan. Okay, the fan is over my head. There is no physical contact. Fine, the fan is over my head. The pen is on the hand, the fan is over my head. Even by mistake, if I say the fan is on my head, I am dead. Okay, so the fan is over my head, the pen is on my hand. See, this is the reason they ask questions based on prepositions. Prepositions are always confusing. It may sound correct, but most of the time you need to know the logic behind it. Only then you will be able to answer it. Okay. Now I'll tell you the definition of preposition. See, if at all you have a note, see, language can only be taught in a conventional manner. Okay, no matter, yes, we can innovate different way of understanding the rules, but the rules are going to be the same. Okay, I can give you different examples to make you understand about the rules, but the rules are going to be the same. So starting with prepositions. Okay, prepositions are nothing but words that preposition. The word itself is a self-explanatory. Prepositioning noun or pronoun in a statement. Now, when I say the pen is on my hand, what is hand? So the pen is on my hand. So you can see that on is prepositioning the noun hand. Similarly, the fan is over my head. Okay, over my head. Again, over is prepositioning, which is coming ahead of the noun head in a statement. You will see that all the prepositions would be prepositioning noun or pronoun in a statement. So I hope everybody knows what is noun. Noun is nothing but name, place, animal, and the most important of all the noun, the abstract noun, where when you don't, it is the name of a feeling or an idea which cannot be seen or touched. It can only be felt. So all those things are noun. Pronoun, words that replaces noun. Okay, so I hope you understood what is preposition. Prepositioning noun or pronoun. Okay, now basically there are three types of preposition. If you understand these three types of preposition, you will have a better idea of preposition. So the first type of preposition, please take it down. So I hope you took the definition of preposition. Now you know three types. So the fourth type is actually special case preposition. So where we will be discussing about prepositions which won't fall under these three types. So they are called special case preposition. That would be the fourth type. So first know what are the basic three types of prepositions. Preposition of time, preposition of position, preposition of direction. Preposition of time. See, most of the time students get confused between in, on and at. In, on and at. In all the exams, you'll be having questions based on in, on and at, and everybody goes wrong there. Know the rules today and never forget till your last breath. See, in, preposition in is used for years, months, seasons, time during a day. when in is used in preposition of time. See, in will also be used in preposition of position. Okay, that's the confusing part of preposition. One preposition can be used in different types of different situations and different types depending on the context. So in usage, we use it for years, months, seasons, and time during a day. Okay, for instance, in the year 1988, fine. In the year 2000, so we use in for year. Okay, now on for day and dates. For instance, on Sundays, on Mondays. Okay, in all these places we use on. Okay, on my birthday, fine. On 23rd of December, that's when you use on. At, okay, at we exactly use for point in time. Point in time. At 11 o'clock. At 10 o'clock. So if at all I have to give you an example where all these three prepositions come, the best example I can give you is in the year 1947, on 15th of August, at the stroke of midnight, India became independent. Take down this example, it's a very beautiful example. Now, at the stroke of midnight means what time? Okay, 12 midnight. Fine, good. So, I hope you understood the difference between in, on, and at. Now, we quickly move to the next two prepositions. Again, most of the time the questions are based for and since. Okay, whenever we use since, fine, an action has started in the past. Okay, starting point of an action, and the action is still continuing. Only then we'll use since. For instance, India is independent since 1947. India is independent since 1947. So, starting point, okay, the starting time of an action. Starting time of an action since 1947. I have been living in India since 2000. Since millennium. Are you all getting it? There we use since, which means what? I have been still living. India has been independent, which means what? It is still independent. So starting point of a time, and then we have the action is still continuing. Now for is duration of the time. I have been living in India for 20 years. Can you see the difference? Since 2000, you will never say since 20 years. You will only say for 20 years. Guys, it's a very important question. Most of the exams will have this question, since and for. To confuse you, they will give you, I have been living in India since 20 years. Is it right? No. So the answer has to be for 20 years. Since, if I have to use since, I have to tell I have been living in India since millennium, or I have been living in India since 2000 or 2000. Now there is another preposition, by. By, when it is used in preposition of time, it's always latest by some time. It is always latest by some time. Our training program would have been concluded by 23rd, by 24th, latest by some time. There we use by. Clear? So these are the 6 major prepositions from where the questions are asked. Yeah? Understood, everyone? Okay. Now, see, there are other prepositions like ago, 5 years ago, which will again come under preposition of time. Okay, so those prepositions, they are, you can directly use them. You don't need any hint and all. Okay, till, until also will come under preposition of time. Understood? Till, until, up to. The class is till 5 o'clock. Class is up to 5 o'clock. By means the class is by 5 o'clock, which means what? After 5 o'clock only the class is going to get started. Till, until, up to, all these things would be like, say for instance, the class is till 5 o'clock, which means what? The class will end only at 5 o'clock. Fine. Class is up to 5 o'clock, which means what? The class will end by 5 o'clock. But if I say the class is by 5 o'clock, what does that mean? Specific point in time. Thank God you didn't say any other thing in 5 o'clock or on 5 o'clock. It is at 5 o'clock. Clear? So that's the difference between till, until, onto. Onto is like preposition of direction. So onto is different, up to is different. Okay. Clear, everyone? So this was your preposition of time. Have you all taken it as notes? Now we quickly move on to the next preposition, which is preposition of position. Which is preposition of position. Okay. Again, we will have in, on, at here also. Okay. First, we will finish off in. In is for larger area. When in is used in the context of position, okay, we call it as preposition of position. So here in is used for larger area. Okay, so I will give you one example again, which will make you understand about in. Can you see this both? Pen and book, can you all able to see it? Okay. Now which is big? Which is big? Obviously book. Okay. Now listen. When this small thing, okay, is going inside the big thing. When the idea of small is going inside the idea of big. And the idea of small is going inside the idea of big. Okay. We use in. That's what larger area means. So the pen is in the book. If suppose I had a pouch or something, I could have explained it even better. If a box or something was there, I can say the pen is in the book. Good, Pratik. Delhi Gant is in New Delhi. New Delhi is bigger, larger. Delhi cantonment is smaller when compared to New Delhi. So we say in. My cousin is in United States of America. Your cousin is small. Your idea of cousin is small when compared to United States of America. See, remember, it is not literally the physical thing. It's the idea. Idea of small inside the idea of big. Okay, the idea of small is inside the idea of big. Now earlier I told specific point in time. This time point in location. For instance, my college is at that particular location. Whenever you are giving an address, we use at. We will meet at coffee day, particular address. Okay, we'll meet at a particular place, point in location or point in place. We use at. Your college is at the particular address, but your college is in Delhi. You understand the difference? When you speak about the location, when you speak about that place, we use at. Okay. When we speak about the larger area, we use in. Can you all understand the difference between at and in? The next preposition is on. On, we already saw the location. This was location. The pen is on my hand is location. Okay. Now, see, there are this on, beneath. Let us consider this. Please pay attention properly. Okay. So we see that pen is on the book. What if it is here? What is it here? No, no, no. It's not under. It is beneath. See, exactly the other side of on. Okay, exactly. If suppose it is on the on and other side of the hand is beneath. Okay, what if this pen is flying here? It is not on the on, or it is not the ultimate. It is flying. Over is ultimate. Guys, when it is over, that's the ultimate. The fan is over my head. That's the ultimate. The roof is over my head. Yeah, good. When it is in between, above, I mean in between on and over. Over is the final thing. Okay, we say above. Over is the ultimate. Let us assume that this is aeroplane. Okay, there are clouds here. Now the aeroplane is flying. If this is clouds, above. Okay, if the clouds are here, if this is cloud, now good. It is, come on man, it is flying. It is not touching here, it is flying here. Preposition is all about imagining. See, on, beneath. When it is here, it's above. The ultimate is over. The sky is over the aeroplane. An aeroplane cannot go over the sky because sky is the ultimate. Please try to understand. In between, on and over, if something is flying, we use above. Whatever be the case, the thing is, it is, I didn't say it is going here. Like this it is going. I said here. So definitely it is above the clouds and this is below the clouds. Okay. Now I'll tell you what is under. Fine. I'll tell you what is under. See, under is something which is grounded below something. Under is when we use something is grounded below something. For instance, there is a tree. Okay, you're standing on the ground below that tree. You can't use below there. Fine, only if there was a swing there. The swing was below the tree because that swing is not touching the ground. But you are standing there. You will say, I was standing under the tree. Did you understand the difference between below and under? So the hierarchy must be over, above. See, underwater diving again, indirectly the water is touching the ground. Water is not like floating. Somehow it would be touching the ground. So the hierarchy should be over, above, on, beneath, below, and under. Can you imagine this? See, this is the hierarchy. Over, above, on, beneath, below, under. See, you can either say that person was standing on the ground, but with respect to that tree, you will say the person is standing under the tree. If there was one jula, if there was one swing, okay, that swing you will say the swing was below the tree. Understood? Maybe if suppose that ground is not there, say for instance a person is standing under the tree on the wooden log. Yeah, for aeroplane we can use below. See, basically this is not ground. This is a partition. That's all. That is separation. I am just using this as an example. I am telling you that on should be here, off should beneath should be here. We can always use Chandra. Person is standing under the tree on the wooden log. Are you getting it? But I think, when he's standing on the ground, you don't need to tell that, because anyway he's standing. Okay. So the aeroplane is flying above the clouds or below the clouds. Roots are below ground or beneath the ground. Please explain, sir. Roots are beneath the ground, because it's the other side of the ground. See, I'll tell you one thing. In spoken language, we use anything below, under, sab kuch chalega. Anything is fine. Okay. But the problem is, in your exam, we can't write the same way what we speak. That's where the verbal becomes difficult. Because the spoken language which we speak, okay, that's like, you can speak anything. All are correct in spoken language. Under the ground, below the ground, and beneath the ground. But technically speaking, anything which is the surface, if it is on the surface, it is on. If it is the other side of the surface, it is beneath. That's why imagination plays a very important role when it comes to proportions. Below is something towards down, but it is not touching the ground. Like the swing which I am telling, when the jula which is tied to the tree, oh, beach mein hai wo kahin pe. It is there in between. It is not touching the ground. Okay, let's have my hand itself. Okay. See, if suppose I keep something here, okay, this is the separation. It becomes on. Exactly the other side, it is beneath. But if at all यहाँ पे कुछ लटक रहा है वो, it is आसमान में हो, if it is in the sky here, it becomes below. Is it clear now? That's why I am giving you the example of a swing. Okay, I'll put it like this. If the swing is tied, okay, to the tree, tied to the tree, which is, say, suppose this is tree. Okay, my hand is tree. If the swing is tied here, say tie karke, they have kept it here. Then you will say the swing is beneath the tree. But if the swing is here, okay, it is not on the ground, it is in between on and the ground. So it becomes the swing is below the tree. Okay, fine. So these were preposition of position. Two prepositions done. Preposition of time is done. Preposition of position is done. Okay.